Hey guys. So the topic of this week is how to deal with people that are dieting or just mentioning weight and that they want to lose weight or diet, etc. And just how you can cope with it and not be triggered, or if you are triggered, how not to act on it, etc. Stuff like that. Okay, so I think the first thing to mention is if the people that are mentioning these things, if they're family or friends, is to talk with them and just being open and honest, telling them how you feel about when they talk about it and how it kind of brings back feelings and emotions regarding your eating disorder, and that it just triggers you, and just asking politely if they could not talk about it when they are around you. A lot of times you can mention this to family, and they'll either forget or just not, I don't know, sometimes it just doesn't click to people that have not experienced eating disorders, that sort of thing. So when that is the case, or if it's just complete strangers that are mentioning it, the thing is to realize that everyone is dealing with their own self in different ways. So when they're mentioning it, they're not trying to put the focus onto you, saying like you need to lose weight or whatever. And I know that's hard to think like that, but sometimes you just gotta realize that it's their life and they're dealing with it how they know to deal with it, and so they mention these things to people as just a way of how they're trying to improve their life. So you have to try to focus just on yourself, and realizing that you're not in a situation to, how do I put, be in that dieting kind of thing. And you're probably in a place where you realize that dieting really isn't the answer. It's all about lifestyle changes, but a lot of people don't realize that, so they are always talking about dieting and losing weight and all that, yada yada. So I guess another thing is when you're around those people, if you can either remove yourself out of that conversation, and if you are not able to, distract yourself somehow. If you have like a game on your phone or something that is handheld or whatever that you can play around with while these people are talking, that's probably a good thing to do, because then you're focusing on that and not the conversation until the conversation changes. If you're not able to kind of tell them, hey, can we not talk about this right now? If you are comfortable with doing that, I would highly suggest you do that. Just mention that it's not something that you really want to hear right now. If you can kind of change the topic. Again, just being honest with the people that you are having this conversation with. Yeah. But I guess when the conversation is happening and you cannot bring yourself to try to mention that, or people just aren't listening to you, because there are some people that are like that, just remove yourself somehow or change the topic yourself. Yeah. And again, kind of just goes back to things we've mentioned in our coping skill videos, and having those coping skills ready and available with you at all times, whether it be little index cards of affirmations or a game you can play on your phone or texting somebody to kind of help you through that, someone that you trust. Yeah, I think that, I know there's probably more, but I just can't think of it right now. And so brings me to the topic of the week, which is, just give me a second here. Share one experience where you were triggered but were able to resist acting on it. What empowered you to get through it? I couldn't think of like a specific situation, but there are many times that I have really wanted to binge and purge, and for those times I think the things that really worked for me is being distracted for at least 10 minutes doing something else, and usually between 10 and 20 minutes that urge has left. I don't know why or how, it just seems to work. So distract yourself by doing something constructive or not self-destructive. So it doesn't necessarily have to be constructive, but so just watching a TV show or a movie or doing a crossword puzzle or some other sort of puzzle, or playing on the computer or calling somebody, that sort of thing. But usually what I'm doing to distract myself is go on the computer or watch a TV show, or in my case I'm tending to my daughter, so by the time that it gets around to the situation where I have time to act on what I want, I usually don't have the urge to anymore. Another thing to do, whether you are wanting to restrict or binge, is to set aside a healthy snack or meal, depending on when the actual time is you're having that urge, and eat a healthy portion. And once you do that, you usually don't feel like binging or restricting, that sort of thing. You might feel like restricting after you've eaten it, but yeah, just kind of setting aside, using a meal plan, a healthy meal plan, like was mentioned last week in some videos about binging. And then usually after that, your stomach is kind of at a complacent state, so you don't really feel like eating more and going on with a binge. So I think that's how I got through them. A lot of times I didn't really feel empowered to stop it, it just kind of happened. So that is my situation, which has happened a lot recently. All of them not really being empowered, it just kind of happened that way, and I'm thankful that I was able to overcome them with those two tactics. So yeah, I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, leave them down below or message the team, whichever. And hope you all are doing well, and I'll see you next week. Bye for now. Okay, yes, it's very awkward when you don't actually push the stop button. So yeah, for reals time. Bye-bye.